Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Come along if you dare. Take a ride to the land inside of your mind. Beyond the seas of thought, beyond the realm of want. Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one.
Take a ride to the
Cheers, guys.
inside of your mind. But please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here. I hope you enjoyed that intro. I just made it the other night. I know it's a bit choppy. It's probably a bit too long too. I think it's almost like 50 seconds, almost a minute long. So I should probably cut that down a little bit somehow. But I just sort of wanted to, I don't know, I wanted some kind of, excuse the hair by the way too. I need to take care of that too. But anyway, I just wanted some sort of like mild, like slight, production value in my videos, I guess. I pride myself on just sitting in front of a camera and, rambling about what I love. But I think an intro and stuff like that sort of made sense at least. At least I could say I edited my videos a little bit. But I thought it was kind of cool. I like how I timed certain things. With Catherine Isabel, talking. When I met her and everything, and I don't know. I still thought it was kind of fun to throw together too. But let me know what you think about it. I think it's fine, but probably is, like I said, too long. We'll see if I cut it down. Maybe I won't. Otherwise, you can just learn to fast forward a certain amount, at the beginning of my video. But yeah, here to bring you a review of the Season 2 finale of Van Helsing on Syfy, which was called Black Days. Of course, this aired back on, Thursday, of course. But, sometimes just with work, it takes me a couple days to get to everything I want to get to. But this finale I liked quite a bit. Of course there wasn't really much of Vanessa, but what we've seen of her is definitely very intriguing for the next season. I'm so happy to say that. Again, it's just really great and relieving to know that we are getting a season 3. So it makes us all rest easier when we're watching these last couple episodes. This is a very condensed, or should I say focused episode, which made sense. With Scarlett and Abby, of course the mother, traveling to try and get to the crypt of the elder before Dimitri does, who's traveling with Scab and one of the sisters. So we didn't really see any acts. We didn't see, Julius, Doc, the rest of the group or anything like that. Which is, pro and a con, I guess. It's always good to see more of the characters, but at the same time, I did sort of appreciate that focused on, like, these like our main characters in this important event here, whichever way it goes. Definitely had like an Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider vibe almost, but it kept things realistic to the world though too. It didn't go too over the top. You didn't see Scarlett doing ridiculous stunts or anything like that. Nor did she turn to Angelina Jolie. So that was that didn't happen. But anyway, I like this episode quite a bit. I don't know if it's my favorite of the season. It's hard to say because I still remember liking, the episode midway through where Vanessa and Scarlett figure out that they are related and closely connected. But this is definitely a good end for the season, I think, and it definitely gave us a lot to think about and sort of get happy over, I think, particularly the way Dimitri was dealt with, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. But I'm going to go through the Syfy, photo recap they have. I kind of use that now. It's just like a template to make sure I don't miss certain things. But, Dimitri, he meets with this oracle at the beginning of the episode. And she's very creepy. I liked her quite a bit. She has a different voice. She's very powerful, very fast. Seems like even more powerful than he is. because he's able to, he gets knocked down by her, and she like swiftly just makes pretty quick work out of the rest of the vamps that they brought along. So I liked her quite a bit. But yeah. Do we actually know the mother's name? I said Abby. I don't know where I got that from. Let's see. Yeah, and Dracula can sort of start being a discussion of this episode too, because we meet the Elder, who's creepy, and he definitely has a different presence to him than even someone like Dimitri. But we find out in this one for sure there's an even stronger force out there, one that came even before these elders. There's a few different elders. We meet one of them that was captured by the Helsings at some point in the past. But there's this dark one out there that could possibly be freed at some point if one of them is, released from the hold or the agreement, or something like that. I'm still trying to process everything myself. But that means it definitely has Dracula vibes to it. I don't know if they're actually going to call this dark one Dracula. But at some point, that things can get released. We didn't really see it yet, but we start hearing, rumblings about it. We find out more. We get a little more context with their mother. We see a flashback to when she was a child. About her mother, the mother's mother. Giving her this trinket that she wears around her neck. It's supposed to have the blood of the Dark One, supposedly. And she had done experiments when she was pregnant with Vanessa and Scarlett. So it might explain it. It might explain why they have these different sides to them, why they have these abilities that no one else does. But it really unnerves you, wondering just how much of this kind of thing is in them. So I like that. And like I said, he also had Dimitri and Scab, as well as one of the sisters, going through the catacombs as well, or whatever you want to call them. And we get a flashback to Dimitri, which I thought was pretty cool. It's brief, but he is spending his time with Marquise de Sade in France. He's actually a historical figure, so it's kind of nice to tie it back to a certain point in history. With Dimitri, it sort of makes sense. His sexual escapades continue to be pretty spread out there. So, because the other thing with Anastasia, normally I'd say Anastasia, but he says Anastasia, so I'm saying Anastasia. He even talks about her in this flashback, and he has like this weird, like, sexual, I don't know, very peculiar taste thing going on with this guy here. So that was alright. But I particularly enjoyed the flashback we got to Scab, seeing Rowland get to play out this guy's emotions as he's sort of tormented and looked down upon his whole life as this inferior person. It was really cool to see Rowland actually be able to portray all that emotion as he was breaking down so much. So I thought that was a really good touch as well. Just even give us a little bit of like I said, context or history with Scab. I thought was nice. Something that I didn't have to do. He's just the creepy sort of vampire guy that's always there, but now we even get some detail to his character, which I actually appreciated. Let's see. Yep. The Elders exist to eventually bring about the final darkness by releasing the Dark One, and they cannot ever let that happen. But again, we know if the show goes on long enough, it will. Whether it's the last season or what, I don't know. I think we'll start hearing more about it in season 3, and then maybe they could start ending season 3 with the release of the Dark One, and then season 4 could be about the Dark One, Dracula, I don't know. But it's going to be really cool. I definitely like the atmosphere surrounding this idea already. I also wonder what the other Elders would be like as well. I'm sure we'll see. I'm really, really excited for season 3. And we get a pretty good back and forth fight, once they... once the groups meet up, you get Scarlett fighting one of the sisters, as well as, the mother using an axe and everything like that. We get to see a lot of that Vanessa spirit in her, which is cool. But Dimitri ends up almost, killing Scarlett and crushing her windpipe. And he sort of pushes the mother to reveal the other part to it, and that was, Van Helsing blood is sacrificed in order to, open up the elder. So I kind of figured they were going to kill off the mother at some point, but I sort of thought they could have kept her alive into season 3, because Vanessa now will never meet her actual mother, which is unfortunate. But I guess just that's the way it is. Yeah, her name is Abby. Abigail, whatever. Yeah, I was right. I wasn't going crazy. But, I thought they still picked a really good actress to play Abby, on the brief time she is on it. That's why I kind of would have liked to have seen her survive into season 3, then have her go out in some self-sacrificial way after she spent some time with Vanessa. It just feels odd that she never met Vanessa again in the present, but, it is what it is. Again, I guess it's the nature of the world. It was still pretty good, though, and like I said, the Elder is creepy. I like the design form. It's, pretty good, especially, for, the budget, whatever budget Syfy allows him to have. He looks pretty good. I can only imagine what the dark one will look like, though. I'm very excited for that. Yeah, I'm just reading that, like I said, off the photo recap on Syfy.com. The Elder is awake, immediately recognizes the women as Van Helsing's, but he determines there's something else inside Scarlett. It is the blood of the first, and he recoils from it. So maybe they are part of Dracula after all. He makes a move to kill Abigail, but Scarlett demands he stop, and he does. So it's part of the agreement that when they capture the Elder, he's supposed to obey them, to a certain point, which definitely comes in handy. It turns out that the old Van Helsing's captured this Elder. He was given a choice. He could swear to protect the Van Helsing line, or he could die. Guess what you pick now? He's stuck playing servant to the Van Helsing until the Dark One is released or destroyed. Yeah, so yeah, that's definitely interesting. I keep talking about the Dark One. I'm excited. Dracula. I'm just a big fan of any version of Dracula, so I'm excited to see how Van Helsing would do the actual, guy himself. But yeah, so it's definitely interesting, and that means this Elder in particular will play a particularly dynamic and sort of unpredictable role in Season 3, I think, which I'm very much looking forward to. Just hold on a second while I let my dog out. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I definitely like that, but maybe my favorite part of the episode was, of course, Scarlett really testing out, her control over the Elder and telling him to kill, Dimitri. Which, of course, he knew was coming if she had that, had that chance. And, Dimitri is just so, so ready, so eager to serve the Elder. Paul Johnson had, done some directing work this season, too. But, I kind of sense that, his death is coming, with this Elder being kind of released and others we know being out there, as well as the looming threat of the Dark One. You need to make a little bit more room, for our villains. So, Julius has been, Julius keeps running through my head for some reason, who we'll talk about in a second. But Dimitri, he's been a pretty good villain, but I think, like I said, we definitely have larger things at play now. So I thought it made sense for him to die here, but it was brutal as hell. Because the Elder cracks his head or skull, whatever it is, open, and there's a lot of blood, and then he tears into his face and stuff at the same time. It was really brutal, really violent. I loved it. As a horror fan, I particularly enjoyed that, and I enjoy that Syfy actually let him show as much as they did on TV. So that was nice. But yeah, so I enjoyed that quite a bit. Of course, Abigail unfortunately dies. And of course, we know that Abigail didn't really tell Scarlett everything either. Well, of course, she dies with that. And then we see Vanessa, because Scarlett tells the Elder to locate her sister. I know you could say Vanessa is dead, but I think she was slowly regenerating because she wasn't fully covered up, and Scarlett had said she still had like a faint sense of her sister out there somewhere. So I just think it was taking a long time, and it was another sort of one of her comas, like, how the show started back in season 1. But the Elder finds her, and I wish we'd gotten to see the Elder getting into the facility, because we've seen like just pretty much slaughtered everyone, which was cool. So I wish we would have even had like 5-10 second montage of all of it or something. But he finds Vanessa, and he observes her for a minute just laying there, because Scarlett has certain abilities are growing too, but Vanessa I think is definitely still the really, really special one. And the Elder actually bites her, and to wake her up, and her eyes become this red color, or her pupils anyway, which it looks pretty creepy and cool at the same time. So yeah, I think we'll definitely be getting more Vanessa in season 3 in a big way, actually. But of course, it's partially because Kelly Overton is pregnant, so they had to cut down Vanessa's screen time for the past 2 episodes. Which is frustrating, but I get it. And like I said, I think we'll see a lot of Vanessa in season 3 and get her back in a big way in the premiere and everything like that. So there's still a lot riding on her, and I love it. I am excited. So yeah, I thought this was a really good, finale to the season. Like I said, I don't know if it's my favorite episode, just personally, but it definitely focused on what it should have. Definitely gave us a good, little cliffhanger for season 3, I think. I love the Dimitri death. Well, preferred Abby sticking around, but I get how it is. And, I sort of like a different environment of it as well. Well, I've liked to have seen Julius, Axel and the others, but Julius, Alex Panovic, my man, made it into season 3. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I've been campaigning for Julius's survival all season, and now he made it. He wasn't even in the finale, but he still made it into season 3. Which is cool, because I think Julius is, just a really good sort of core member of the group at this point. So it's going to be good to know that he'll be around then. When we still have Sam and Muhammad running around out there too, which, of course, is always still a threat. So, if I had to rate this episode, I'd rate it about a 9.4, 9.5 out of 10. I feel safe giving it that. I really liked it a lot, and I wish season 3 was starting right now, because I'm ready to just embrace the fuck out of it again. But in Helsing, it's a fantastic show, and it's really grown into something that, again, that's increasingly enthralling and compelling, whatever you want to say. Everyone, cast and crew, has done some impressive work here. At some point, I'm going to make some kind of Van Helsing video trippy like I've done with other shows. Amateur editing skills, but I still like throwing those together sometime. So at some point within the next few months, I'll probably do that. Maybe I'll make... It's going to be a break, because it's probably going to be next fall before season... or this fall, technically, before season 3 starts. So I'll probably do, like, a couple of videos on it, like my, favorite characters, ranking them. Maybe I'll put a list together of my favorite episodes. Stuff like that. So yeah, Van Helsing, I love it. I'm going to miss it, but really good finale. It sets up probably an even better season 3. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.